Before we dive into this video, I have two things that I want to let you all know about. First thing being, I went ahead and set up a kit site. If you have no idea what kit is, basically it's a site where you can build equipment kits for different scenarios and situations. So me, for instance, I set up a kit for YouTubing, which is basically camera, drone, the type of computer I use and stuff like that. I also have kits for music videos. I have budget-friendly music video kits for people who don't have as much money. I recommend a camera and the lens and all the type of stuff like that. So basically, if you have any questions on the type of equipment that I personally suggest that you pick up, just head over to the site right now, and you can also purchase directly from the site as well. And that link will be in my videos from now on. Second thing that I want to let you all know about is, if you don't follow me on Instagram, then follow me right now on Instagram at YCImaging. But yesterday I put up on my Instagram that it's 50% off my entire store until Monday, March 20th. So if you're thinking about picking up LUTs, a direct-to-T, direct-to-hit, anything like that, you can use code 50OFF at checkout for 50% off your entire order. Today we're going to be breaking down the music video by Jimmy G, All I Want. I released it a few days ago, and basically what I did was I went through the comments and I picked out a couple questions, and I'm just gonna go through the process of how I created it and answer those questions, if that makes sense. So this may be a thing that I start to do in the future with music videos. If you like this idea, if you like the breakdown aspect of it, man, drop me a like and also let me know down in the comments. But let's dive straight into it. First question we're gonna answer is from Exclusive Films, and he says, nice work. I love the zoom in effect. Please, how did you achieve that? In camera or in post? All right, so the effect that I put on this video, where you can see it almost looks like it's zooming in and coming out, and it's like a little weird trippy effect. I basically did that in post, but it has something to do with a little bit of the way I shot it as well. So let's just dive straight into the editing portion of it. All right, so I shot this entire video on the Ronin, so it's a lot of smooth shots in it, but you're gonna trip out when I show you how I did this because it's super easy. Basically, the only thing that I did was I just keyframed in the zoom on this. So let's make this window a bit bigger for y'all. Not sure how big this is. Just mark off a little section of it. All right, so we'll cut it right there. And as I said, all I did was keyframe the zoom. So we'll click on this clip. We'll add a keyframe right here on scale, and we'll go to the beginning of the clip, and we'll also add in the keyframe right here for scale. We'll push this arrow to jump back over to the initial keyframe we added in, and let's just scale this up to around like 125 or something. 124 is fine. As you can see, that's literally all I did was zoom in and out. I just added in keyframes for the zoom. That's all I did to get that effect. As you can see right there, you pay attention to the background, it's just zooming in. But as I said, it has a little bit to do with the movement as well. It probably wouldn't be that exact same effect if it were on a tripod or handheld or anything like that. So that's how I did the zoom in and effect on it. Next question we're gonna go over is from Mr. Reese Anderson, and he asks, picture profile, and then he says, I have your LUTs, did you use one of them on this? And I did not use one of the LUTs out of my LUT button on this video, but I shot this entire video on S-Log2, which is what I basically use on my 6300 all the time. I think this is the only picture profile I've used on this camera, but let's dive into the color correction side of things so I can show y'all what I did. So here we have the video, and I actually colored this entire video on this clip right here in the alleyway. So I just used this color on this clip, and I dragged it across the whole video with the adjustment layer, which is what I usually do, and I adjusted the other clips accordingly. So this color is actually pretty simple. We got our simple color correction, you know, the shadows all the way down, highlights start to create that contrast in the image. And the first thing that I did when I went about coloring this is, let's just take the temperature back to 0. So the first thing that I did was I knew that I wanted some blues in the shadows. So I came down and I dropped the blues down into the shadows. But as you can see, before I made the hue curve adjustment, when you drop the blues from into the shadows, it's gonna give your image sort of a too blue look. So I wanted my oranges back in this. So what I did was I came in and I went to the Hue Saturation Curve, added in my points, and I added in a bit of orange back into there so we can get those oranges back. As you can see right there, those oranges are coming back into it. So we'll boost that up, get that to a place where we like it. And I just wanted more of an overall warmer tone to this as well. So that's when I went in and I added up the temperature a bit. And I'm not sure this is exactly where it was, but that's just my whole tactic on how I colored this and how I went about it. So as I said, I went and I dragged the blues in the shadows because I knew I wanted some blues in the shadows, but I wanted my oranges and my warms back. So that's how I got them. If you don't know what the Hue Saturation Curves does, it basically lets you select the color or just a temperature and tone, and you can actually boost those colors. So say I wanted to get some purples in there. He has a purple shirt, so I wanted that to really pop. For up this, maybe not that color. You just gotta go through and find a tone that actually changes what you're trying to change. So as you can see right here, it's adjusting it a little bit, but that's basically a rundown on the way I did this color correction for this video. Next question we're gonna go over is from the Devastation crew, and he says, awesome, the slow-mo footage is 1080 and upscaled, question mark. And then Alaska Choice Music Videos also chimed in on that and said that is what I was wondering as well, if that is upscale 1080 still looks clean. All right, so basically what I do when I export my videos, a lot of the times I do upscale my footage, and the reason that I do that is I just feel like the footage holds up a bit better on YouTube. And this is not something that's proven or anything like that. This is just my personal take on it. And yeah, I always upscale my footage. Like when I used to shoot on the Canon 7D and I had like 720 slow modes, I would upscale to 1080 and export at 1080 just because I felt like the footage held up a little bit better. So let's just do a quick run through on my export settings and what I typically do for music videos. All right, so here we have our settings, and I'll do 3840 by 2160 because I want to export at 4K, and I'll uncheck the main profile, up that to high, and I'll also up my levels up to 5.2. And what this is going to do is going to boost my frame rate back up, but I don't want that. I don't want 59.94, so I'll uncheck that and then I'll check it again, and it'll go back to its original frame rate. And then I'll check on render at maximum depth, and I'll do a VBR 2-pass. I'll go all the way up to 50. I think 50 is a bit overkill. I did a little bit of testing in this, and I think everything over 30 is pretty much the same, but I just like to go up to 50 just to add the extra overkill to it. And that's basically my export settings right there. I'll use my previews, and I'll also use maximum render quality as well. Then I'll open up the queue, and then I'll export through the queue. So that's my basic export settings. Yes, I do always upscale my footage. And as I said, this is nothing proven. This is just my personal take on it. I do feel like the footage just holds up a little bit better on YouTube when you do upscale the footage. All right, so I think that's pretty much it. I went through and I ran through the comments, and a lot of them were just like generic, telling me how good the 6300 footage looked. And I appreciate every single one of y'all who actually did comment on the video, telling me y'all liked it. I appreciate it. A lot of people love this video, and I think the main reason was the camera movements. And as I showed y'all, they were like super simple. So y'all can add in a little bit of keyframes just to spice things up a little bit, give it a little bit of a trippy look, and that's what I was going for the video. So I'm glad y'all liked it. If y'all enjoyed this actual segment of me breaking down a music video that I did, drop me a like and let me know down in the comments. Like I said before, man, I'll keep this this actual segment going. I'll do it for a lot of my other music videos. This is something that y'all want. Also, if it's something else in this video that I didn't go over that you all would love to know, let me know down in the comments. I will answer y'all questions and let y'all know what I did. As I said, man, the store is on sale for 50% off until Monday, so grab anything in the store right now if you want to. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop a like on the video. I would greatly appreciate it. And I'm gonna check y'all out on my next video. Peace.